Alright, what's up you guys, RikudouFox here, and today we're going to be going over some new jutsus that came out yesterday, and also some of the available weapons that we're going to be able to use. Now this has been translated by a guy named Firewind, I think that's how you say it, but shout out to him. I'll be leaving this link down in the description below if you guys want to check it out by yourselves. And before we get into it, this is just rough translations. He even said that a couple of these names may not even be official, but they're pretty close. So we're going to be going over all the confirmed jutsus and weapons and Shinobi Strikers so far. So going over the weapons first, there's only 5, which I expected to be a little bit more, but so far we're only getting 5, which I guess it's good. But we are getting Zabuza's blade, Kisame's blade, Sasuke's blade, which is the katana, and also Hidan's scythe, the triple blade scythe, and the last one is the kunai, which is the weapon that Kakashi uses. And as for the jutsus that we'll be getting, there's going to be a total of 84 jutsus. So there's going to be 14 jutsus per each class and 7 secret jutsus for each class. And these secret jutsus are the ultimate jutsus. So they spread it out evenly for each class. And we'll be going over the jutsus later, but for right now I just want to talk about the weapons. So I wonder if all 4 types, like the attack type, defense, healing, the support, and the defense type, I wonder if they're all able to use weapons or if it's just like the defense and the support type, because I know the defense type, he has a weapon that we got to use in the beta, and also the healer has a weapon. So we know those 2 will be using weapons, but then again I want to know if the attack type and the range types are able to use weapons for our custom created characters, because I know that Sasuke is a range type unit and he also has his weapon. So I really want to know if everybody has the chance to equip weapons. And let's just say that we do. So let's say that all 4 types can use weapons, and let's say you equip the kunai, for example, for your attack type character. So let's say we do that, kunai for attack type, and also your defense type, he also has a kunai. And I want to know if both class will have the same combo string, if that makes sense, or I want to know if they'll be different since they're different classes. Or maybe it just depends on what weapon you have, you just use that combo string, so maybe it will be the same. For a better example, you guys know how Kakashi has his kunai, right? So let's say if your defense type custom created character has his kunai, where you have the same fighting style as Kakashi, that's what I'm trying to say. So I want to know if it's like that, or since it's a defense type, he'll have his own combo string with the kunai. So I really want to know how they're going to implement the weapons in this game. And I do believe, I'm not too sure, this is just a guess, but I do think every class can have the option to pick any weapon, just because Sasuke is range, he has a weapon, Kakashi is attack type, he has his kunai weapon, and defense has his weapon, and healer type has his weapon. But it may be different with our custom created characters, I'm not too sure. I just wanted to get that out the way. So we will be getting 5 weapons for our custom created characters. And honestly, for these weapons, I'm hyped to use the Kisame blade and Hidan's scythe. I think both of those would be my mains. Oh yeah, and I also want to talk about that. I wonder if each weapon will have their own combo string, or if it's all the same. So we know how the defense type, his Zabuza's blade, we all know his combo string, right? I'll probably have a clip playing right now. So let's say if you have the Hidan scythe where you have the same combo string as the defense type. I don't really know, there's many ways you can do it, but I think they can do cool stuff with the weapons in this game. So now we'll be going over the jutsus that we'll be getting for our custom created characters, and we'll be doing this by types. So first we'll be going over the attack type. So for the 4 starting jutsus that we'll be able to get for our attack type characters, we'll start off with body flicker, snake summoning, Lariat, which I'm excited for, and that breaks your guard. And we'll also be getting dynamic entry, which also breaks your guard. So I think the picture on the left is body flicker, and there's no description in these translations, so I'm not too sure what body flicker does. But the next one right here is dynamic entry, and it says that it'll be able to break your guard if you're blocking, so I think that's pretty cool. And as for snake summoning, I think each type will have a summoning jutsu. And of course, when you summon the creature, he'll do his animation, he'll help you protect a base or whatever you're doing at the time. So for the attack type, we will be getting a snake summoning, which I think is pretty cool for attack types. And what he's gonna do is basically just swipe his tail. I think it would have been awesome if he did some other stuff like spit oil or something. But the one right next to it, I'm excited for this one. This one is Lariat, and this one can also break your guard if you're blocking. We all know this is a dope move. This is from Killer Bee and the Raikage. I'm excited for this one. And now we'll be going over the secret jutsus, which are the ultimates for the attack type. So the first one, this jutsu is called 7 Heavenly Breaths, but I don't think this is the 8 gates. That's a different jutsu. The jutsus like that, the 8 gates, we will be able to get, but we get those from mentors, and obviously we'll have to train under Rock Lee for that. So this jutsu is called 7 Heavenly Breaths, and there's no description for this one, so that's how that looks. It looks pretty cool. And for the next jutsu, this one is pretty awesome. This one is the lightning cloak, the lightning armor. So this one is kind of similar to the 8 gates. This one, it increases your damage, your speed, and your defense boost. So it's kind of similar to the 8 gates that we got to play in a beta. But this is from the Raikage, so this is awesome. This is instant equipped for me. I think it's so dope. And imagine using the Lariat that can break guards already while you have this turned on. I think that's just pretty cool. So these are the jutsus that we will be getting for our custom created character at the start of the game. We don't have to train under any mentors to be able to play as these. So now that attack type is done, we'll move on to the next one, which is range type jutsus. So for the starting 4 jutsus we'll get for a range type character, we're going to start off with Dragon Flame Bombs, which is Sasuke style with wires. And we're going to get Phoenix Flower Jutsu. We're going to get Salamander Summon, which is the summon for this type. And we're going to get Lightning Shotgun, the thing Boruto does with his ninja tool, is what it says right here. So we get these 4. And as for the 2 secret jutsus that we'll be getting the Susanoo Arrow, which shoots a lot of arrows, it says. But I don't think it's just that. If it is, then that's kind of lame, because I want you to play as the Susanoo. And if you do, I think that'd be very overpowered just because of the armor and the attacks it can do. But if it's just a one thing, like you summon it, not a summon, but you do an animation and it shoots arrows and that's it, then I'm not too sure about that. But I think I would rather have it the other way when you get to play as a Susanoo. And as for the second jutsu we'll be getting is Gigantic Flames. And it doesn't say like Gigantic Flame Bomb or anything like that. And it says that it might be Madara's jutsu. This might be Majestic Flame Jutsu, which is also Madara's attack. So if this is Madara's jutsu, then we will be getting Madara in the game, and I think that would be pretty dope. Now moving on to the defense style jutsus. For the starting 4 jutsus we'll get for this is Mudwa, Earth Column, which puts up a barrier that heals the user, but they can't move. And Frog Summon, which uses wind and water bullet to knock away enemies. And Rotation, which is the 8 trigrams palm rotation. But I feel like palm rotation is more like a hybrid attack. I don't think it's going to be just purely defense, because I feel like it could damage you. So the summon for this is a Frog Summon. And it's when you summon it, it just uses wind and water bullets to knock away enemies, which is pretty cool, I guess. And as for the 2 wall style jutsus, the Mud Wall and the Earth Column. So the Mud Wall is there just to protect you from attacks, obviously. And the Earth Column, it looks like it can also protect you. It says puts up a barrier that heals the user, but you can't move. So it can protect you and it can also heal you. It looks like this is better than the Mud Wall, obviously, because it can protect you, but you can also be healed. So that's pretty cool. Now to the secret jutsus. We already know Water Prison Jutsu. It can trap your enemies within range. And for this jutsu, this is Jirobe's Ground Pound. It knocks away with low damage, which I don't know about that. It knocks your opponents away, but it gives them low damage. For a secret jutsu, I feel like they can do better than that, but it is what it is. Now for the heal style jutsus, the support style, the jutsus we'll be starting off with this is the Perilous Jutsu, which we know what that is. And we'll also be getting the Palm Jutsu, which we know also what that is. It was in a beta. And for the summon for this type, for the support type, it's a slug. And what this does when you summon it, it heals everyone near you. And it can immobilize enemies with its spit. So not only that it can attack enemies and immobilize them, but it can also heal you, which I think is pretty cool. And I think that would be really good in competitive gameplay. And the last one is Heavy-Weighted Boulder. It says that it increases target weight and that it's a technique from Hidden Rock. So it increases the target's weights, and it's a technique from Hidden Rock. So I guess it just increases your opponent's weight. I'm not too sure about that saying there, but yeah, these translations aren't that accurate, but it's what we got right now. So now for the secret jutsus for this type, it says Ishi Tojin seals enemy around users. It either stuns them or roots them to the ground, I guess. And he also said, I'm not sure, I don't know. So we don't know what this one does exactly, but To me, it looks like it does stun your opponents because obviously stand still. And if it is, that's pretty cool. It's almost like the defense barrier, the water seal, because it traps your opponents, so you can do whatever you want with them. It'd be good setups and stuff. And the second secret jutsu we'll be getting for the heal type, it's called Ebrame Beetles. So this looks like a genjutsu type of thing to me. It's all those beetles flying around you. I'm not sure what exactly they will do. Just summon beetles, I guess. But yeah, there's that for the support type. And these are all the jutsus and secret jutsus we'll be getting with our custom created character for the start of the game. So yeah, this is it for the video. And if you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.